The feedback and immense outpouring of love have continued to flood our inbox and cell phones. Check this out from Kristen. This one made me cry. Yikes, dude. You're blowing minds, even more with a whole new angle. Amen, brother. Lifting the vibration of the world. Who knew a trading company could do that? Mad respect. Can't wait to call and share and share. I've already texted a handful of friends and family today. Let me know how you feel at the end of this class. Share your story at our Trustpilot. You can find it on our homepage.
Live from Buck Island, British Virgin Islands, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, highly anticipated edition of Master Yourself, Master the Markets, Real Life Trading Psychology, class number 4. Folks and friends, team and family, fans and followers from around the world, welcome, hello, and thank you for being here. Joseph Legendary Musso, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing great. Brandon Blevins, what's going on? Doug K, how's it going, man? Says, hope you had a wonderful day. Yes, yes. Jay Wage, my man. Did everyone have a wonderful night's sleep? If you were here live, if you're watching this class live, there's technically over 24 hours between this class and the previous class. And if you are watching this in the recording, either on YouTube or on our website, reallifetrading.com, thank you so much for being here. Craig Levine says, what is up, RLT? How's it going? So good. Andrea says, awesome night, profitable day. Life is great. Yes. How cool are those things? Some really, really small updates before we massively dive in. There are, so far I've tabulated about 148 people doing the 7-day Ice Cube Challenge. It took me about 6 hours to figure out who was all doing it. And sad to say, we've already lost some people. So out of 148 who started it, we have 74 who have still gotten through. Now, again, here's the tough part. The tough part is simply doing it at the exact same time. So we had a few people sending it out 5 minutes or 20 minutes or 30-minute difference. We had some do 2 minutes or 3 minutes accidentally. It's just hard. I told you it wasn't easy. You know, doing it at the exact same time requires a specific level of discipline and reminders and schedules and time and just all kinds of things. It's not that people didn't try. It's just that life came up. You know, that was the thing. It was just that life popped up. Things were occurring. So all good. No big deal. No big deal. John says, how do you know the time from when it was posted? Yep, exactly. So it's just whenever they send it to me. Allison says, it does sometimes take me a bit to get the photo on Insta, but shouldn't it be by my timestamp of the photo? I'm still in it, LOL. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of different ways you can do it. I mean, it can be on Instagram, it can be other places, but yeah, I mean, some people have been using their phone in the picture. And if it's within like 3 minutes of variance, not an issue sometimes, because I figure like it could be an upload problem. Anyway, it's a very, very small thing. But yeah, you can use a timestamp, whatever makes you feel better. Whatever makes you feel better. It's all good. Craig says, Jay tried to call me out until I showed him a timestamp. That was a factual statement. Yep, that is very, very cool. Very true. But anyway, team, I'm really excited about it. I'm very, very pleased because tonight's program and class is a lot about time. It's going to be about work-life balance. It's going to be describing how we can do everything that we dream of doing, everything that we want to do, trading, mentoring, coaching, all of it, and still have an abundance of time to spend and do everything that we want to do. We can have everything that we want to do. We can do everything we want to do. There's plenty of time out there. That's what we're going to be discussing tonight. And this is the big question. We all have families. How do we balance everything? Because as we've been mentioning in the past few classes, you can have all the money in the world, every single dime, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. That doesn't mean that your children will be pleased, that your spouse will be pleased. It doesn't necessarily mean that everyone will be perfectly copacetic and just in nirvana every single day. There's a lot of millionaires who have very hectic households. Energy-wise, relationship-wise, just everything's just a giant mess, a smorgasbord of weirdness. But everyone here has families of some kind. Some are bigger, obviously, than others. Some are smaller than others, but we're all families. And I get it, that your family probably is most likely your top concern, your top priority. And as your families grow, it gets more and more challenging to spend adequate time both with your loved ones, your family, your kids, your spouse, creating and constructing an amount of time where everyone gets both individual time and group time. And then you have work, and then you have meditation, and then you have to eat food, and then you have to sleep. And then Jerremy told you have to do some yoga sometimes, and then you have to work out. Oh, what about reading a book? Oh, but then you have to also go do this thing that you have to go do. Oh, and then your mom called you. Then you got to talk to some friends, and you got to write some notes, and then you got to do this project you've been working on. Then you have to do the laundry and the dishes, and then you might have to have someone that cleans the dang ice cube out of the sink. Then you got to do so. I mean, it's how do you do all of it? It's hard, but it just comes down to time management. It comes down to valuing your time. It comes down to knowing what you're worth. It comes down to having so many small aspects of getting it all right and just making sure that you know how to do it and you know where to do it. And that's what we're going to work on tonight. So here's a question. I'll read this. Have you been here? I'm going to read a note that I received somewhere. It's either an email or in Slack or something. I'll just read the whole thing. And you can all kind of let me know where it's at and tell me what you think. I know it's probably frustrating to have me messaging all the time. And I know it seems super stupid to fret over 5 shares. But since I'm not really made much trading, that 5 shares moves and basically puts me in the red for the month. Now, this particular trader, some backstory, was not winning day trading. You know, over the course of 2 or 3 months that this trader had been trading so far, they were not profitable day trading, and they were trying to make money day trading. They were doing everything in their power to make money day trading. I was like, well, listen, don't make it so hard on yourself. Just swing trade something. Go buy some shares of a company that you know is likely going to go higher and just hold it for a while. And so this particular trader, after 4 or 5 hours of convincing, bought 5 shares of Tesla at $420 a share. And this email came 2 weeks later when Tesla was down at 407 or something, just to give you the context. And that drawdown took that trader past their $25,000 mark for day trading. So next, my ability to succeed just became so much more important. I have one good day followed by multiple red days. And then I see all sorts of posts from so many people about how easy it is to make money right now. Are other people not having all these red days? I just don't get it. Am I missing an edge? Am I lacking a strategy? I'm just going crazy trying to figure it out. I'm overwhelmed with what to do outside of trading to make money because of how actually to put it together on top of it. I really wish I could say I've doubled my account since February. And if I had bought in March, I'm sure I would have. I think my wife is finally starting to grow less supportive. I've shown no profits for almost 4 months. So I guess I understand. We have a family. And if I can't make any money trading, then I shouldn't really be spending time doing it. I feel like I should be able to have a month without a red day, yet I can't seem to. How are there so many people able to find success in 6 months? Are these people lying? I've been working on mindset, but it's not really helping. My mindset isn't determining whether a trade works or not, or whether a setup is good or not. I'm trying every day, man. And I'm at my wit's end. I'm fresh out of time to see if trading works. I need this to work, or I need to pull the plug. Again, I know it's not your problem. Cool news is I get 4 or 5 of those every single day. And I do my absolute best to spend time with each one of those people and just kind of talk them off the ledge. But this is a real look into so many challenges of traders, because that's what we want to do. We want to trade. We want to make a living. We want to do this full time. Every one of you here wants to do this full time. But there's so much to this message. Let's work here, where this particular person says, if I can't make money trading, I shouldn't really be spending time doing it. It's a really interesting one. If I can't make money trading. Now, back over to here. I feel like I should be able to have a month without a red day. Where the heck did they get that perspective? What? Really? It's never happened to me in my entire life. Now, I could have a day without having a red day if I don't know that it's a red day without looking. You know, like let's say I just don't pull up my account and I know that it's red, but I don't look. Does the tree fall in the woods and make a sound? That's our level of psychology, right? If you have a red day in the account, but you don't look, is it really a red day? So yeah, that's most likely not possible, especially if this particular person is trying to day trade. Now, the interesting piece of this is a lot of traders put tons and tons of pressure on themselves. They take a certain amount of money, let's say it's $29,000, and they go, okay, I'm going to take this amount of money and I'm going to make enough money to supplement my income. I make whatever it is, $5,000 a month from my job, and I'm going to use $29,000 to do it, and I'm going to day trade, and I'm going to make $5,000 a month, and I'm going to pay my bills, and I'm going to quit my job. How likely is that to happen? On a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being it's definitely going to occur, I'm going to give that a 1.1. It's the lowest probability that I can give without saying it's impossible. Not even right away. I personally, if I had to only day trade, and could do nothing else, I think it would be very hard for me to make $5,000 a month with $29,000 consistently. I don't think I could do it. I haven't personally made that challenge. I don't know why I would make that challenge, because why? Why do that challenge at all? Now, I hope that says something to you, because if I can't do it, are you going to be able to do it? I mean, I'm really good at trading, guys. I'm really good at this stuff. All right. If I'm not going to be able to do it, the chances of you doing it, I'm not saying I can't do it for a month or maybe 2 months, but every single month, just day trading with 29 grand, it's hard. Now, how could you make that easier? Well, number one, if this number is higher, okay? Number one, that number higher, it becomes easier because now you have more capital. Number two, I've shown no profits for 4 months. Okay. Number two, have more time and more experience in the markets. Number three, relax, right? Don't stress about it. Here's the hilarious part. Check this out. Ready? I say hilarious in like a non-hilarious way. I really wish I could say I've doubled my account since February, and if I had bought in March, I'm sure I would have. What is that person referring to, bought in March? They're referring to the stock they were stressing out about regarding the 5 shares. Because guess who reached out to me and asked me what stock they should buy in March and didn't. They reached out to me and said, hey, Jeremy, I have this amount of money. I want to double it in this amount of time. What would you do? And I said, I would buy Tesla. And they said, why? And I gave them 400 reasons why. And they're like, but I have to put all of my money in the account. I'm like, well, it depends on how much you want to double it. I mean, do you want to double $1,000 or do you want to double 30,000? I mean, or 100,000 or $1 billion. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, you can double whatever amount of money you want to double. It just depends on how much risk you're going to wait. Because that particular trader, that particular person, were they going to put in $29,000 into Tesla and just leave it alone for 6 months? Were they going to do that? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have done it even if I went over to their house and yelled at them in the face and told them to do it. I know that because I was just at someone's house yelling in their face to buy some Tesla when I was at 400. Because you have to have the knowledge, you have to have the experience, you have to have the wisdom. And it's the get rich quick mentality that is really, really struggling a lot of traders out there from just growing their money slowly, just slowly growing it, right? Get rich slowly. And here's the other pressure that this is absolutely understandable. I get it. But I think my wife is finally starting to grow less supportive. That's a real thing, isn't it? We all have husbands and wives. I mean, or spouses or loved ones or whoever. I mean, that can be a drain. That's a problem. That's a problem because you need to set expectations for your lover. Okay, whoever it is in your life. You have to set expectations for the main person in your life. They're going to want you because you're in the stock market. I mean, who else in your life is in the stock market? Go ahead and put the answer into the chat. Probably no one. Right? Me and you. But not many people. Would you guys agree? Right? It's you and maybe one or two other people, and it's small. It's not a lot. It's not like me saying, who here do you know has a job? So the amount of people that you know that are actively in the market, it's not tons. It's a small amount. Because Tabitha, I want you to be listening because I'm talking to you right now for just a moment. Okay. You need to set expectations for the person that you love in your life because it's going to take longer than you expect. And if you are stressing out and trying to force it, if you're trying to force trading, when you force something, what does that energy do against you? Remember, everything is energy. When you force, when you try to push forward, when you do everything you can, it will push back. It will push back. If you force something, it's not fun, or it's not exciting, or it's not simple, or it's not easy. Make it easy. Play into the market and just simply make it as easy as possible. Buy a stock that is going up, that you understand, that you love, that you enjoy. You know the company very well. Buy a lot of it, hold a lot of it, sell a lot of it when you're profitable. That's it. That's the way this game works. It's not that hard. There are over 68 companies that will double every single year. And if you want to trade full time, if you want to trade, like all you want to do is trade the market, is it because you love trading? Is it because you love money? Or is it because you want freedom of time? Because if you want freedom of time, you're going to want to trade less. I mean, all things equal, if you're going to trade 12 hours a month and make exactly the same amount of money that you're going to make if you trade 100 hours a month, which one would you choose? It's an obvious answer. You have to let it flow. You have to let it be simple, right? Now, if you are absolutely addicted to this and you love it, spend more time doing it. It's okay. But you've got to go in the expectation. You have to set expectations. This is my job. This is my career. This is what I do from this time to this time. You let people know and you tell your loved one, I do not expect to make this much money in this period of time. I don't know how much I'm going to make. I'm here to learn, just like if you went to college and try to become a doctor or an architect or a lawyer or anything else. Set expectations and have communications. Really, really describe outcomes and goals and what you're trying to do with it. And for heaven's sakes, pull out some money and reward the person that's in your life. Help them. Give them some positive feedback. Take them on a trip. Buy them something that they like. It could be steak. It doesn't matter what it is. Do something. Paige says, first thing I did was pay for my daughter's braces. I love that. I love that. Did you tell her it came from trading? Ah, that's so awesome. So now your daughter's going to have a positive, and she's going to have more and more positive associations with the market. Type in a 6 into the chat pane if you know someone who has a negative association with the stock market. Very negative. That particular person's like, this doesn't work. You're going to lose your money. You're an idiot. You're gambling. You're stupid. It's rigged. It's only for the rich people. That's because they lost. That's because they didn't have the same drive that you do. That's because they don't have the same why as you do. That's because they didn't spend money and spend time to understand it. You have to spend money or you have to spend time. I don't know of any other currency. Craig says they put it all in the .coms in 1999. Yeah, and that was because they're just massively optimistic. They wanted to make a lot of money. They wanted to create some freedom from themselves, and they didn't know any better. Absolutely. But it's all about expectations. It's about setting expectations, giving timelines, telling people how long it might take for you to make $1 million. It took me 8 years. It took me 8 years, and the most amount of pain that you could have ever, you can't even imagine. Right? Because I lost so much in the first 3. So it took all of 3 plus all of 5 plus loans from other people plus every bit of money that I had, everything, because I just could not fail. It was an unavoidable, like there's no way I couldn't do it. And it took so long to make it happen. 8 years. Okay. Now the good news is some of you are 2 to 3 years into the game, right? You're 2 to 3 years into the game and you've done the work. You've done the research. The market's very, very hot right now. We're going to have big upswings. We're going to have big downswings, but you have to realize, you got to know when there is a really good company staring you in the face, because it can be done as quickly as you want it to be done. You just simply have to know the patience and the discipline and the approach, and you have to plan it ahead of time. And that is what we're discussing a lot tonight. Keep this in mind. Trading should not come first. Trading is an income stream. It is a thing to do. As you are working towards your perfect life, your perfect week, the life that you want to live with an abundant amount of money, what you need to keep in mind is it's called real life trading. Life comes before trading. So start designing your life around the things that you want to do, and then put trading in them. Everything comes down to priorities. Everything has the time. Everyone has the time. No one is busy. No one is true. No one is busy. You are not busy. Busy is an excuse. It's a terrible word. It's not a good word. You're not busy. You are unorganized. It's a big difference. All right? You're not busy, you're unorganized. I don't use the word busy. People tell me that I'm busy all the time. People reach out to me and go, Jerremy, you must be super busy. You must have 1,000 emails every day. And I answer, I am busy. In your opinion, I get everything done because time is endless. I have all the time in the world. I have tons of people that can help me. I'm just scheduled, right? No one's busy. Priorities. Everything comes down to priorities. What is it that you want to do? create a priority, plan it ahead. Plan it ahead. That's it. Just plan ahead. That is how everyone that I know does massive, incredible things with their life. They schedule it. They sit down and they spend an hour or two ahead of time, frequently scheduling what they're going to do. They know day by day, month by month, what they're doing. Edward says, Jeremy, what are you doing on September 23rd, 2024? Real life trading retreat, Nashville, Tennessee. Edward says, I'm there. So that's where Edward's going to be. Right? So the scheduling of what it is that you want to do and how you want to do it, just put it down. Put it on the schedule. Say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And have things that repeat over and over, and have things that are flexible, and have things that can change, but just plan it ahead of time. You will not be busy. You will be scheduled. Being busy is an excuse. Being busy means you did not take the time to create things. I'm talking to you if you're listening. You have so much time, it's ridiculous. Every single person that I've ever worked with as a coaching student, I can help every single person create 10 to 20 more hours a month. Easy. Every single person. Simplest thing in the world. It's about efficiency. It's about getting things done in the right amount of period of blocks. It's about scheduling things ahead of time. Elon Musk runs like 957 companies and sends people into space, and he sleeps and he eats, allegedly. I've never seen him do either of those two things, but allegedly that's what he does. Fedor says Atomic Habits. Yep, great book. Joseph says he did it with us at dinner. Now we have Smiths delivered to our house. Saves up to 8 hours a month. Nice. I love it, Joseph. So cool. Now, here's a really cool quote that I like a lot. Being rich is having money. Being wealthy is having time. Being rich is having money. Being wealthy is having time. You want to be wealthy? Be able to play for 2 hours on a beach on a Thursday and spend really, really good quality time with your family and not really worry about what's going on, and know that you have things to do, and then go do those things when time is there. But when you're there, do your best to be there. All right, do your best. I'm not saying it's always going to happen. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. I'm not saying you're not going to check your phone. I'm just simply saying do your absolute best to realize that you have the amount of time. If you want to be wealthy, you're not going to have money. You're going to have time. Every single trader that I have ever talked to wants this. They don't want this. Every single one of them. You already have money. You already have money. You already got it. It's in your 401k. I mean, it's in your IRA. It's in your RRSP. It's in your 401k. You already got it. It's in your bank account. You got some. I know you want more. This is what you need to value right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something that is absolutely life-changing. I've never done it before ever in a public webinar until right now. I've only done this for a very select group of people, but we're going to do it together. Okay? What we're going to do, and I want everyone to do it with me, we're going to come up with how much you're worth per minute, per hour. So the year's almost over, and I want you to sit down and I want you to think about how much total money did you personally either make or generate or create? How much did you make last year? Okay, not net, gross, total, right? If your accounts grew, so you don't have to tell it, you don't have to put it into the chat pane. Just start writing this down, okay? You don't have to share it with everyone. Just start writing this down, including retirement, everything. Yeah, all the money. Include every single dollar that you can possibly think of that went up. retirement funds, Bitcoin, cash on hands, whatever, just whatever, the house, everything, anything, total money, whatever number that you want to attribute to it, how much do you think you are worth it? How much did you make last year? It's really, really easy. Don't overthink it. Just come up with an exact number. Write it down. You don't have to put it into the chat pane. I'm not asking you to share it. Okay? I'm not asking you to share it, but I will give you a very specific example of where we're going. So let's just say, hypothetically, we'll come up with a reasonable number, a number that most people were probably going to get somewhat close to. Let's say you did $123,000 last year. Okay. Now, if you didn't get there, it's okay. If you did get there, okay, right? Let's do a different font. That's a really bad font. Let's do, is green better? Let's do 123. Now, if you didn't do 123, it's okay. If you did do over 123, great. I'm gonna walk with some numbers. Type a 7 into the chat pane if you have a pretty much rough idea. You've done some basic math, you have a general idea, okay? All right. Now, again, I'm not gonna ask you to share your number. If you want to, you can later, but you don't have to do it right now. Okay, so you have $123,000. Orange works better on blue. Got it, makes sense. Hashtag Go Gators. Okay, 123,000. That was your 2020. You're good to go. All right. Now, what I want you to do is take that number and divide it by 365. You already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Okay, divide it by 365 and then divide it by 24. So if you did 123 last year, 123 gross divided by 365 divided by 24 is $14 an hour. Okay, that's approximately how much you're worth. $14 every hour. It's a very, very good number to know, though. It's a very good number. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. Okay, this is really, really important number. Okay, so now, we're getting a lot of people saying, wow, yeah, crazy math, huh? Crazy, crazy math. So now I want you to do the same thing, 123, right, divided by 365. And now we're going to do a little bit of a different number. So instead of 24, right, because you're only awake generally, let's just say for easy purposes, you sleep 8 hours a night. Some people don't, some people do, but if you sleep, okay, we're going to come up with an actual number in just a second, but do 16, okay, just so you don't get too totally freaked out. 123, doing it? Everyone's doing this math? It's good to know. It's very good. Some people don't want to do it because they're scared of the number. Okay. All right, 16. So this is $21.06 an hour. Okay. So this is your waking worth. This is your total worth per hour. If you made $123,000 last year. Now, again, like if you sold a house, it counts. If you did whatever, okay, whatever it is that you're like, factor it all in. And so we start with knowing one very important factor. If you work, you better be charging more than that. Okay, so number one, if you have a job, does that make sense, right? If you have a job, you better be charging more than that, plain and simple. Now, secondly, let's say you want to do something on the side. Let's say you want to do, I don't know, whatever. You want to cut grass, or you want to whatever. You better be making more than that. So when we say trading, this is a very, very, very good thing to know, because when we talk about trading, right, most people will make, I don't know, let's say 1 to 2 hours a week on average, whatever your R is. But this is a very, very good number to know, because if you make $21 an hour in your waking hours, okay, and you trade, you make $100, how much free time did you just buy on that trade? About 5 hours. It's really 4.7. There's a difference, right? 4.7, that's an extra 30 minutes. Okay. Ryan says, don't forget taxes. Yep, taxes are always there. They're always there, but just do the math this way. It's a little bit easier. So if you make $100 trading and you make, 21, that's your waking hours. What you need to do is you need to factor that in, because it'll be a lot easier to take profit when you know that. Because you go, wow, I just worked an hour. I just worked an hour and made $100 and I'm worth $21 an hour. What should you do from there? Well, you worked 1 hour. Okay. 4.7 minus 1 equals 3.7. Go do something for 3.7 hours that increases this number. Now, how could you increase that number? Reading a book, working out, learning, asking questions, educate yourself, get some information, get some knowledge, right? Learn, read some books, listen to some books, grow. Because this is a very important number to know. Samuel says, this is good stuff. Yeah, this is the deep stuff right here. This is stuff that no one talks about. I've never seen a trading webinar on this in my life. So that's the standpoint of knowing your numbers. The numbers are really important, because here is one step farther, my friends. One step farther. If you spend 3 hours getting groceries, if you spend any amount of time doing anything, whatever it is, this is how much you need to allocate for that. 21 times 3. You need to allocate $60 for you to go to the store out of time units. All right. If you spend more than that amount of time units going to the grocery store than what's going to cost you to go to the grocery store, you're literally losing money by going to the grocery store. That makes sense, right? Just do the math. Figure out how much time it takes you to do anything. And if it's not worth your time, literally don't do it. Hire it out, because then you get free time. You get to save time that way. And saving time is creating wealth, because then you can bank that time to go do other things. Terry says, I never calculated what my time over a 24-hour period over 365 days a year. Yeah. I'm glad no one said, it's actually 365 and a quarter. I'm glad no one said that, because I'd have been very mad at you. I'm glad no one said that, because I'd have been really upset. Anyway. Does that kind of make sense though, team? Right? Does that make sense? Where this is how you figure out how much time you need to allocate towards your life to do the things that you need to do. Because if you are spending more than that on what you need to do anyway, you are losing money, and you're, more importantly, losing time. It's a big, big, big deal. Because, and again, I'm not saying you have to do these things, but let's imagine for a moment that you spend, I don't know, 10 hours a week driving. 10 hours a week driving, okay? So 10 hours a week, and your hourly rate of waking time is $21. You're spending $210 driving. What if instead of $210 driving, you spent $100 to hire an Uber 2 days a week so that you didn't have to drive? Would that be worth your time? And the answer is yes, it would be. Because then you obviously decrease your chances of getting in an accident. You decrease your stress level. And while you're in the car with your Uber driver or your Lyft driver, not that anyone actually uses Lyft, but you're in the car doing whatever you're doing, You're maybe able to do an email, an extra email. Maybe you're able to do a phone call. Maybe you're able to sleep. Maybe you're able to take a nap. Maybe you're able to eat a hamburger. Maybe you're able to do whatever it is. You could do something. Tracy says, or put that $200 a week into a rental or a mortgage payment to get you closer so you don't have to drive. Yep, that's absolutely a fact. Edward says, or you could buy a Tesla and let it drive you. Yep, that's absolutely true. So there's a lot of aspects that we can do this. Now, right now, the driving thing has kind of gone away because #COVID. Okay. So what people did is they got 10 hours a week actually added into their life temporarily or untemporarily, but a lot of people now are working from home. They got 10 extra hours of time into their life. Ross says, I'm a brisk 30 seconds walk from my work. Yeah, I love it. Sid says you can listen to audiobooks while driving. Yeah, all kinds of things to do to increase your time, to make your time more efficient. I want you all to make a promise to me. Never, ever say this again. Let me instead tell you what you should say. It's not a priority right now. That's simple. You cannot say, I don't have enough time. Because you do. You're lying to yourself. If you are sitting down and you're working and your baby girl or your baby boy comes up to you and says, hey, dad or mom, I would like to play this game with you. And you look at them and go, you're not really a priority right now. Who's saying, what parent is saying that to their kid? Right? Hey, bro, you're not a priority right now. Leave me the fuck alone. Now, can you say something different rather than it's not a priority? Of course you can, right? You can say, let me schedule it. Or I'm unable to do it right now. Give me a few minutes and let's do it in a little bit. We can do something in a few minutes. I didn't have it scheduled. Those things are good words to use. I don't have it scheduled. Hey, little man, I didn't have it scheduled right now. Can you give me 10 minutes? Let me finish what I'm doing. I'd love to play with you. 4, and then you give him amount of time. Hey, little bud, absolutely. Let's do this. Now, what if it's an emergency? Oh, you pooped your pants. All right. Probably should put down what you're doing. Okay. Everyone has time for poop. No one's doing that. Not a good day. But we get it. We understand it. This is a priority. It's all about priorities. This is my life. This is how I section my life. I have time for everyone, everything I do. I'm going to book it. If you're a priority, you'll get in my life. If you're not a priority, you'll get in my life later. It just won't be right now. It'll be in the future. That's it. It'll just be in the future. It's okay. But this is a pie chart. 29 extra hours. Think about this. Did you guys look at this pie chart? 40 hours for work. What if you decrease that to 20 or 25? All right, when you show up, imagine if you showed up to work and you told your boss to their face, hey boss, guess what I'm going to do? Instead of working 40 hours a week, I'm going to work 25 hours a week and I'm going to do more in that 25 hours than I used to do in 40. How can you become more efficient at work? Could you truly do that if you had to, if you forced it? And the answer is, yes, you could. Right? Because you wouldn't be lollygagging, you wouldn't be checking out Pinterest and Instagram, and you wouldn't be scrolling through, and you wouldn't pull up your stock charts, whatever. Now, again, some people can't do that. I get it, right? Some people are doctors and nurses, and some people can't do it exactly. That's okay, but some people can. Some people can. And if you love your profession, you absolutely love what you do, phenomenal. Phenomenal. But what I am saying is it is probably more flexible than you think. Your work schedule might be more flexible than you think. Maybe not for everyone, but maybe for some people. So try it out. See what you can do. Okay? There's not much that I'm really going to say about sleep. You got to sleep however much you got to sleep. Sometimes I'll sleep 4 hours a night. Sometimes I'll sleep 2 hours a night. Sometimes I'll sleep 12 hours a night. I don't know. I just go to sleep and figure out whenever I want to wake up. I don't set an alarm. I have an alarm set in case something happens and my baby girl spiked my wine, and I wake up with a hangover or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just understand that you're going to need sleep. You got to have sleep. I get it. So the alarm, as Anil says, is for flights. Exactly. So I'll have an alarm on. If I get up, I get up. Other than that, I do not sleep. Sorry, I do not have an alarm. I go to bed. I wake up when I want to wake up. All right. So if you can decrease time for this, decrease time for this, you can increase time for this. 5 hours for a workout per week? Yeah, right. No one here is working out an hour a day for 5 days. Okay? No one's doing that. But I mean, if you do, you have the amount of time to do it. Okay? You have the amount of time. So you can do whatever you want to do, however much. I mean, I like to do, like, in a really nice week, in a really good week, I'd love to do 30 hours of workout a week. That would be phenomenal. That'd be incredible. Good 6-hour runs for 5 days a week. Oh my gosh. In what heaven can I do that? So the kids part, I mean, when you're working with your children, spending time with your children, 14 hours a week. Because I've heard this many, 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 many times in my life from many different parents and many different families and many different mentors and coaches. And I want all of my parents to hear this. Type in a 4 if you're a parent to the chat pane, or type in a 4 if you're a soon to be parent, or you're going to be a parent. Okay. And tell me if I'm wrong. I might be entirely wrong. I've only been a dad for a few months. Kind of. I've been a semi-dad for a few years with my niece and nephew, but not, I'm not full dad status with my niece and nephew. Anyway. It's irrelevant. For all those who are typing in 4, true or false? Your child would rather you spend 3 hours a day fully there, fully present in the moment, playing their games with them, eating lollipops and having popcorn, rather than 7 hours of whatever on your phone, not listening, not talking. And you can change these numbers, right? What if it's 1 hour a day, 1 hour where you're spending, like, you're there for an hour, like you are in it, spending time with them, playing games, rather than stressing out about how much you don't spend time with your kids. Spend time with your kids, but the time that you spend, be there. Be there. And of course, until they're like, 5, like 0 to 5, you have to spend a lot of time. You have to really, really, really carve out the time. Put it in the schedule. Make it happen. Make it happen. So whatever the amount of time is, however long it is, because I don't know if any parent has ever said this or not, but hanging out with your kids for a long time is kind of boring. Okay? Give them like a certain period of time and you can have a blast in that period of time. But like after a certain period, it's like, what are we doing? I can only play this video game for so long or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, spend the period of time with them, but until they get a certain age to do amazing things with, it's like, what are we doing exactly? Go eat. Can you eat some food, please? Can you, I made you some pasta. Can you go eat it and leave me alone for 5 minutes? Does that make sense? So anyway, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, create time. You make the time. When you're talking about cooking, okay, absolutely, food's a must. I heard every one of us has to eat. Are there ways that you can create time by ordering food ahead of time? Yes or no? Now, everyone should do this. Every single one of you. Even if you're a professional chef, you should still hire out food or shopping or groceries, even if it's once a day, once a day a month, right? I have tons of companies that I've used in the past that I hire and I'll get home and I'll be home and I'll eat that prepped food for 3 days. And then once I'm home, I can, cook or whatever. And meal prepping is phenomenal. So on Sundays, ladies and gentlemen, you have the time. I could talk about just this for 14 hours straight, no problem. And I'd still have tons of time afterwards because I am a specialist at time. I'm very good at it. When I change my beliefs and my perspectives on how much time there is in the world, I became one of the most free people ever. I became so crazy wealthy. And when I became wealthy, I started becoming rich also. It was really weird because guess what happens when you have more time? You think more. And guess what happens when you think? Has anyone ever heard of the book called Think and Grow? Who can finish this one for me? Thank you. Okay. That's called having time. Has anyone ever thought about that before? Type in a 1 if it's a new concept. Think and grow rich. Being wealthy is having time so that you can have time to think. And when you have time to think, you can grow rich because you come up with ideas that you didn't come up with before. You start thinking things that you haven't come up before. And when you start thinking things you didn't come up with before, your life starts changing because your vibrational frequency starts changing. Folks, it's amazing how this stuff works. Isn't that epic? It is. It's so cool. I forget exactly the moment I came up with this quote, but I love this quote. I always hear the term, Rome wasn't built in a day. And I heard that once at a conference. And then as soon as that person on stage said it, I was like, yeah, but it was built every day. Like, sure, it wasn't built in one day, but they had to do it all the time. So this is a habit that you should get into. Right? Every day, check your calendars, check your calendar, start planning what you're going to be doing January, February, March. I have every day planned until May. And I know what I'm doing on every single day. Now, the entire day is not planned, right? The entire day is not planned, but I have a thing that I know I'm doing every single day for certain periods of time. And then I can change and update and adjust and tweak and adjust and tweak and adjust. It's just not every hour of the day. Exactly. Not every hour. I just go, okay, during this time and this time, I'm going to trade. During this time and this time, I'm going to sleep. During this time and this time, I'm going to hang out with my family. During this time and this time, I'm going to eat. During this time and this time, I'm going to watch movies. And the rest, I'm just going to fit in as we go. Right? How much time do you want to spend with your family? What are you going to do? Put that in first. How much time are you going to do trading? Put that in second. How much time do you want to eat? When do you want to sleep? All that good stuff. Terry says, I can hardly wait to see Jan with 3 babies. Bro, I want like 90 kids. Trust me, I'm going to bring this all into that as well because I'm going to hire people to help me with everything. Small bits and pieces. I'm going to have people to help me with things. Right? I'm going to spend a lot of time with my children and I'm going to be, and I am a phenomenal kid, phenomenal dad, phenomenal kid at heart. I'm going to be great. And yeah, I'm going to be tired. Absolutely. I'm going to be cranky. Yes, I'm going to have bad days. I'm 100% going to get thrown up on. I get it. Right? I mean, that you did that too if you're here. Okay? Your parents hated you at one point. When you were growing up, like your mom and dad were like, man, can I just, oh gosh. This person. Oh. Andrea says, I never thought about it that way. Yeah. I mean, my parents loved me, but all of you guys, they definitely did. I mean, your parents didn't like you guys. My parents they thought I was the greatest kid ever. There wasn't one time in my life where my parents just wanted to throw me into a wood chipper, but Edward says, I was the trash can baby. They keep saying I gotten from the dumpster. Well, bro, they're probably super excited they found you in that dumpster then. Oh, man, that's so messed up. It's funny. But you got to get the point. I mean, the thing is, we have to create these habitual practices over and over and over. And I've also never said this publicly, but I've had many traders reach out to me and say, hey, Jerremy, you seem to work really well with kids. Can I send my kid to you for a boot camp? If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I think I want to create like a boot camp sometime next year for kids for like a week and a half, 2 weeks long. I'm just going to make them live my life for 2 weeks. Your kids will come back a whole different person. Probably like age like 8 to like 15 probably. Yeah. So Jay says Jeremy wants some house cleaners to save time. Absolutely. That's all I'm going to be doing. Clean the floors. Pressure wash my roof. No, really, it's just all about helping them understand time and money, wealth and assets. Because your kids are smarter than you think they are. My kid is smarter than I give him credit for. Zach and Gabby are smart. Everyone, they're all smarter than we think. We just have to finish out how to unleash them. So have you been here before? Have you ever said these words? I would love nothing more than to pave my way to financial freedom. Emotionally, it's been tough since last week. I don't know what the future looks like. I don't know what the finances look like. It's just a very difficult situation, and I wish I wasn't in a place where I had to worry about money. You can be a warrior, or you can be a warrior. All right? You can worry about money, or you can say, I need money for these things, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the money. The money's going to show up. It's going to happen. If you can believe it. And again, the other cool part is you probably already have it somewhere. You just don't want to spend it because you're scared. You have it somewhere in your life. You just don't want to spend it because you're afraid. Again, all my parents right now, if you had to come up with $50,000 to save your kid's life, could you do it? Come on, parents. Right? 50 grand in a heartbeat. Of course you could, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's like, yeah, done. Doug says, which kid? Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. But you could. So the money is there. You can worry about it. And trust me, I have not met a person who doesn't have money worries. I haven't met a person who doesn't get to a point where they have some level of stress about money. It's just the money is a different level of stress. If you heard of my Broke to Woke, I was talking to Brittany and I told her about, not having a $10 million problem. I technically now have a $10 million problem. Never had one before, but now I do. I have a $10 million problem. So I got there, high five. But you can have $100 million problem. You could have $1 billion problem, a $10 billion problem. I mean, Tesla yesterday, Elon Musk lost like $9 billion in 24 hours, right? His net worth when the market dropped, when the stock dropped. It's just a number. Again, you can worry, you could be a warrior, you could be a warrior. When you get in the state, and trust me, it happens to me, my friends, it happens to me. It does. I do worry about money. There are absolutely times where I go, man, how can I afford this thing exactly? And I sit down and I start trying to figure out, I have this amount of money in this, I have this amount of money. How in the world am I going to be able to afford this? And I sit down and what do? I think and grow rich. I problem solve. I plan. I try to figure it out. I ask myself, what stock can I invest in? What trade can I do? What can I buy? What asset can I own? Who can I help? What problem can I solve for someone? If I can solve a problem for Jean Sebastian's going to give me money. Right? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just like, whose problem can I solve? How can I help? What can I do? How can I serve? Because my service is going to be able to help someone somehow. So here's your homework. This is going to be so hard. I'm going to get like 5 of these probably. I want you all to create for me your perfect week. And I want you to share it, #perfect week. It can be an Excel document. It can be a Facebook post. It can be whatever. I just want you to share your perfect week with me. Start from where you wake up on Sunday to when you go to sleep on that Sunday night. And I want the whole week outlined. Money, not a problem. You do not worry about money for this week. It is literally, you have so much money. You are burning money for fun. Okay? You're burning money. Not a vacation week. No. Your perfect week. You have all of the money in the world. What are you doing? Okay. What would your life look like 20 years from now when you have so much money? Me and you are racing our yachts down the St. Francis Drake Strait. Okay. Mike says, perfect week where we are right now. So yeah, use your current beliefs, your current feelings, your current loves and passions, and put that into what that week looks like. Whatever that week looks like for you. Whatever it is that you're doing. John says it's a tough assignment. It is. John says mine's rated R. Well, you can send it to me, bro. I've watched rated R movies, I promise. But it's a very tough assignment, says Thomas. It's not easy. The reason I'm bringing it up is because guess what you're going to do? You're going to be like, I don't, what do I do on Wednesday? Like Monday and Tuesday is going to be pretty easy. Michelle says cruising around the world. Yeah, that's simple. But what are you doing on the cruise ship? What are you doing on the cruise ship all day? Michelle says, LOL. Exactly. Sure, you're on a cruise ship. What are you going to do? Just sit there are you just going to sit on a chair all day long? Because I used to think that my dream week was going to a beach and sipping Mai Tais all day until I fell asleep. And then I woke up and had lunch and then had Mai Tais again. And then I went and did it. And I realized you can only have like 10 Mai Tais before you get really intoxicated. And then nothing else really matters at that point. You know, it's not, you can do it for a day. Okay. 2 days, maybe if you're really thirsty. 3 days if you're an alcoholic, but 4 days, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. So if you were a billionaire, you had all the money in the world, what would you be doing? What does your perfect week look like? Type in a 6 if you think you're going to take up this challenge on me. Give me a 6. If you think you're going to do it. Okay. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I'd love to know what your perfect week looks like. And you can send it to me wherever you send it to, wherever. All right. Wherever you send things, so wherever you want to send them, just send them to me. I will read them. I will look them over. I'll give you my feedback if there's any. But, I want you to dream. I want you to think about what you can do. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've lived my perfect week for the last 6 months. Every single thing, every single day, every single hour for the last 6 months, I've been in my perfect week. Yeah. Right? Pretty cool. Exactly where I want to go, exactly what I want to do. Right? It's not like I can do anything I want financially at any point in time, because there's always things where I can run into a money struggle and I'm like, well, I don't know how to pay for that exactly. But it's like, there's still times where I traded all week this week. I traded all week this week, which was like maybe 9 hours, maybe. And I think this week I'm up 7 hours or so, which is about $7,000. I think that's really good. I think that's exciting for me. It's a good week. That was especially after a really, really bad day yesterday when I lost 6 hours almost. So I want you guys to know what your perfect week is, because once you know it, you can start dreaming. And once you start dreaming, you can start accomplishing and achieving and receiving those dreams into your life. So here's one other piece of homework for you. One other small piece of homework. I gave you some homework yesterday, and shout outs to Joseph Moore, Brandon Blevins, Laura. I'm trying to think just from memory. And I think 1 or 2 other people who signed up for Svetlana's dream class. Thank you. For those who sign up, you're going to love it. She's going to reach out to you guys next week. You guys will have a phone call. I think it's absolutely incredible. Earlier, I mentioned that the best way that you can do things is to create value. and to serve. Now, what's coming next is me serving another friend, another person that I love dearly. I want you all to know that I'm absolutely receiving zero compensation for me telling you that you absolutely must work with Anil Gupta. Okay? I want, please work with Anil. Please, 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 please work with this guy. He created code just so he can track how many people come from here. I'm going to send you the link in the chat pane in just a few moments. If you use this code, I'm not receiving any money directly for this at all. Now, are me and Anil going to hang out next week on Necker Island with Richard Branson and share fun stories? Yes. Is Anil going to pay me directly for this? No, I don't want him to. I want all the money to go to him and his family and do whatever he wants to do with this money. Okay? The reason I'm bringing that up is because I've always told you guys I would always be transparent on everything that I do with real life trading. Not that you guys care at all about my business, about how I make money. I make money in a lot of different ways. I want to serve people. I asked Anil, hey man, how can I get people to work with you? How can I get people to work with you? Because I think you're amazing. I think you've offered so much value these last few days. And he sent me this, and then he sent me a code. So here's what I'm going to do is we're going to go to here. I'm going to post a link, right? It's a really, really good program. This guy, and we're going to continue to talk. As you guys know, Anil's on the microphone right now. Him, myself, and Svetlana are going to work on serving some people who are in this program right now. This dude hangs out with Richard Branson and Mike Tyson. So if you go to click.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
They hang out with us.
Sorry, my bad. Good point. Good point. So if you use Jerremy, you'll notice that this is normally $19.97. And if you click on it, it's a 75% discount. Get it for $49.95. It's a really, really good deal. Go through his program. And I haven't told you this yet, Anil, but this is this one right here, the Perfect Partners in January. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, January 9th and 10th from 11 a.m. till 7. Let me check my calendar. Okay, give me 1 second, because I know I'm going to be in the BVIs during that time. 9th and 10th. Do you suggest partners should do that together, shouldn't they?
Yeah, it's really life lessons, life tools, communication skills. And you know, the other program is a program that you can watch with the family. So the videos are 2 or 3 minutes long. Watch the video, talk with the family, and you get a deeper connection. And it helps everything. It helps you to calm down. It helps you to get a deeper connection and removes the stress because you're not thinking about the same thing.
Yeah, totally. Well, I was going to say, I want me and Svetlana to do this course. We won't be able to attend, or at least I won't be able to attend those 2 days. So let me know the next time you do it. But I will let you guys know, I will go through this course with my girl, with my woman. She wants to work with Anil all the time anyway. So it makes sense. But I won't be able to go to the particular January 9th and 10th, but I will throw another link in the chat pane. And I'll also include these in the YouTube boxes and everywhere else. I would highly, highly encourage you to work with Anil. He's very poignant. He's very succinct. He's very focused. He has a lot of experience doing this. And I've worked with Anil. I've had sessions with Anil. We are going to do amazing, amazing things together in life. And this is how I want to serve him. So if you guys would please go and check out that course, go through it, 75% off, take it, understand it, learn from it, get some knowledge. You're going to learn one thing that's going to be far superior to the money that you're going to spend. That one thing could lead to one moment with your wife or husband that could change your entire marriage and your entire family and your entire relationship. It's worth the money. It's always worth the money. So with that being said, got a new photo. All right. So I want some special guests. We want to do some coaching sessions. Me, Svet, and my boy Anil. We want to really pour into your hearts and pour into your souls. Again, for all those who signed up for my woman's class, thank you. For all those who are going to work with Anil, thank you. You're already here with me. So thank you for being here. And again, as you all know, that this course is free. It doesn't cost any specific money to be here. So thank you all for being here. So what I'm going to do is very similar to yesterday. Type in What is Anil's last name? And the first person who spells it correctly is going to be working with us right now. All right. Andrea, it's you. You're coming on. So Andrea, I'm allowing you to talk. Last name is Gupta, Gupta.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, it's my Andrea. Yes. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
Andrea.
How are you, love?
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh man.
Always good.
So I'm whatever we're going to talk about, I'm already excited for because you're just one of my favorite people on the entire planet. I've told you that, right? You know that.
I know. But you're my favorite. Why
Just so special. So I'll let everyone know. So Andrea does live in Montreal, Canada, and her and her partner are just doing this really crazy rehab right now in the real estate game. And she's been trading with me for a while, and I've met her in person only twice, unfortunately, far too less than I want to. And she sends me WhatsApp voice memos that are about 10 minutes long, and they're so heartfelt. Sometimes I have to pull over from in a car, or I have to really spend time to listen to them, but I make the time to listen to them because they're so good. So anyway, Andrea, how can we help you today?
Honestly, I don't know. I've been listening to the coaching sessions these past two classes. Now I'm looking at your website, Anil, and I took that happiness quiz yesterday. To be honest, at this moment in my life, I feel pretty happy. I've come a long way. I've been working on myself since a while now. I would say 2015 was really where I really started digging deeper. I've found a variety of tools that have helped me maintain this state of vibration. I've managed to have clarity in what I want. I started out with, the only thing that I wanted was to have multiple stream of income. I've done this so far. I feel that right now in my life, and I'm in a very good path. Lately, I've been sensing this feeling inside of me has emerged to get involved in more of a community project. It's something that I have in my soul for a while now. I love kids, so there's something that I want to contribute there. But if you ask me if I feel stuck, I don't feel stuck, but I do feel that just like in working out, maybe sometimes you could reach a certain plateau on maybe on the personal growth level, or maybe I feel in the back of my head maybe saying that maybe you could go faster. But then on the other time, I respect time so much that I don't believe so much in faster. I believe more in synchronicities. And so how you can help me maybe see something that I don't know. There's probably something that I don't know so maybe there, but
okay.
Yeah.
We could try to do that. Now, one thing I will say is I know you're huge into Kundalini yoga, right?
Oh yeah, oh my God, that has changed my life so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
mine too. And that's one of the things I shared with Svetlana about you is how much you love that. So what would you say in 2015, what was the one most important thing that you did that changed your life around?
I invested in myself. I took some classes. I started working on my beliefs, my habits. That's where I really tackled those questions, my relationship with money, my relationship with my parents, like all those things that are inside of you that you don't know where they come from. I had those tough questions. I asked those tough questions, and so much came out. And I know I still have work to do. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Everyone does. Everyone does. Yeah. No, I love that. So tell me, Andrea, what's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear, for a long time, it was death. I was really scared of that. Then it was of losing it all. Right now, I don't know what my biggest fear is. Probably that, maybe losing it all. But then again, I say that, but I don't really feel it.
What's
My
what's
big-
losing it all mean?
You know what my biggest fear is? Not, yeah,
Mm.
that's true. It's when things get taken away from you, but from that's out of your control, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, a tragedy that happens, your friend dies. That's something that actually happened to me. Things like that, you know. I'm not really afraid. Let's say I lose my house, I lose my money. I feel that I could gain that back. But when life takes something away from you, that I think that I'm more afraid of being hurt than working hard. You know, let's see if I could say it like that. That really scares me. You know.
Anil, is it okay if I speak with Andrea a little bit?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much, Satnam, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I've done a lot of years of Kundalini yoga, and I'm an instructor. And as you know, probably from a lot of yoga, that the only things that we can control in life is our breath.
Yeah, true.
Nothing else that we really have control over. And the fear of death most happens for people who do not live their life, who do not live their own life by their own design and don't live it fully. And it sounds like you are walking a beautiful, beautiful path. And you've done so many beautiful things already. And something that Anil told me once, he told me, just dance, just enjoy. You're living your best life right now. Just enjoy it fully. And sometimes we get caught into this space. Oh, well, maybe it needs to be still a little bit hard. Maybe I need to do a little bit more, strive a little bit more. And I feel like you've done so much work on yourself and you came so far, and you've unfolded in such a beautiful way. Just have that self-love and self-compassion towards everything that you are, and just sing and dance and enjoy life and live it through fully each and every day. Because you're already serving, right? You're already doing the things that you want to do. You're already impacting the world with your love and light.
Yeah. I still feel that sometimes I want to do more, you know, help more, be more, you know, leave my legacy more, print it more. Yeah.
And you will. Every day you're doing a little bit more. But having that pressure on us never truly serves in such a way, because I believe Jerremy was having a session also with one of my friends, and he was sharing with me, like, she is fully on her path, fully doing all the right things financially, business-wise, impacting people. It will just come, right? And it's just that patience moment, like, okay, are we there yet? Do I have all of that right now, right? And it's just really enjoying the moment of, I am there already. And it's just going to be more and more and more.
Yeah.
I think you're just a little too harsh on yourself at some points, girl. And just inhale and exhale and come into the truth within yourself, I mean, who you truly are and how magnificent you truly are already. And from that space, the light can shine even brighter. And in that space is where the peace is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, true. Very true. Thank you for that.
Yeah, sometimes we just need to be reminded of who we truly are. And you are the light in the world. So just shine brighter and love deeper.
That's right. Go shine your light.
Thank you.
Yes. So welcome. I'm so proud to see all that you've done, all that you've accomplished. I'm just so thrilled to see you do exactly what you want and just be extremely happy.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that. It's true. I mean, I'm very proud of myself. I mean, even that being hard on myself was I've come a long way. I used to be way harder. Now I'm actually very soft. So imagine how hard I was. So
Yes.
thank you.
Love it. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. And always keep me posted on those WhatsApp messages.
For sure, you know it.
Yes. Thanks, my baby.
Andrea, you're not going anywhere yet.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh.
so I have a question for you. May I?
of course, please.
Okay, so I want you to give me a straight answer. Would you do that?
Definitely.
Okay, so I want you to score out of 10, 10 being the best possible and 1 being the worst, okay?
Okay.
Whatever number comes up in your head, what is your relationship like with your mother?
10.
What is your relationship like with your father?
3.
Okay,
Yeah.
did you feel that?
Yeah. I know about that.
How would you feel if we got it from a 3 to an 8?
That'd be awesome.
Yep, we can do that. And it's not hard, but it'll give you a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's one sentence, and we'll do that privately because it's a little bit personal. Okay. So
Okay.
here's one sentence that I promise you will change your life. You ready?
Yep.
There's nowhere to get to.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing missing. There's nothing wrong. And you're already there. Let that sink in and tell me what comes up for you. And it's not just you, Andrea. It's a lot of people out there. So please share what comes up for you when you listen to that, when you take that in. What comes up for you?
Forgiveness.
Yes, isn't it?
Yeah.
You still beat yourself up. It's okay. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. What other feeling comes up for you?
Acceptance.
Yeah. And love is acceptance. That's the definition of love. Accept things as they are. Accept people as they are. And that's pure love.
Yeah.
What's the other stuff that's coming up for the other people on the call? What else is coming up? I have relief, forgiveness. What else? How about a weight off your shoulder? Do you notice you're a little bit lighter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone wrote that. It's a light, calm, freedom from worries. Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel calm.
What Jeremy's been talking about today is about life, real life trading. It's real life.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait. Dance in the street, dance in puddles, have some fun, do crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Forgiveness is the express pathway to freedom. The quality of your life is dependent on the depth and authenticity of the forgiveness you extend to yourself and to others. Forgiving someone else doesn't mean you ever need to talk to them. You never need to be with them. You never need to talk to them in any form whatsoever. But it's just about you letting go. Letting go is the way. Letting go of the attachment, the expectation, the fears, the worries.
Yeah.
Because when you're yeah, it's the worst part. It's the worst. Because when you're lighter, you can fly higher. If that's what you want, that's what you're seeking. If that's what you feel like you're being held back, then forgive and you'll become lighter.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Anil.
No, thank you. And if you connect with Jeremy, we'll do a private session. My gift to you.
All right. Yeah, I like that. And it's funny. It's the same thing that came out when I did your quiz.
Love it. Well, thanks, Andrea, for being here. And yeah, you reach out to me, and I'll be happy to send you Anil's information. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right, girl. Take
Thanks.
care.
Thank you, Andrea.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, folks. I just love this community so much. It's so good, isn't it? So much openness, so much love, so much prosperity in our hearts, so much drive for goodness and for excellence and for prosperity and for abundance. Would anyone else like to chat with one of us three? All right, so we have a few people saying yes. All right, I'm going to speak to Spencer. Spencer, I clicked on the button for us to speak with you.
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. How are you?
Doing good.
Awesome, man. Where are you at right now in the world?
I'm LA.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, got back here last week, so it's all good.
Right on, right on. So what can we help you with, my man? Do you have anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to share about?
You know, getting comfortable with losing. You know, I had not lost on a trade for a really long time until yesterday, actually.
Nice.
It felt really weird.
Yep. Lack of control.
Yeah.
Being wrong.
Yeah.
Not being good enough.
Yeah. All those things.
Not being smart enough, letting your parents down. Oh man, all that's good. All that just seeps right into your brain as soon as you lose on a trade.
Yeah.
So frustrating. So your question is, how can you get better at it? How can you overcome that?
Yeah.
So first thing that comes to mind, what would you say? If you were telling me how to get better at it, what would you tell me to do?
Lose more.
Yeah, it's a great answer.
I mean, the only way I get good at things is by repetition. You know, surfing is all repetition.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like trading is the same way.
Yeah,
So, repetition.
Totally. Now, I wouldn't say just go out and just intrinsically lose it if you want to lose it, but the thought of losing in a competitive environment stresses me out, dude. I'm a super competitive guy.
Yeah, same.
Like, I can play Uno with a 10-year-old, and if I lose, like I just get annoyed. Like I'm just stressed. You know, like I just don't like losing. And that's a natural thing for a lot of men and women. Especially if you just have like a strong drive to succeed. It's just like losing anything is really, really frustrating. But there are really deep-seated aspects with that. And so my small challenge to you would be, what's a sport that you're relatively decent at, but there's people a lot better?
Oh, I mean, surfing for sure. There's so many better people. There are 10-year-olds out there that are ripping past me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard not to be jealous.
Are you able to have some type of competition with some people near where you are and put money on the line and know that you're going to lose?
For sure.
Do that.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, really just find ways to go and lose more, because we either become comfortable being uncomfortable or we become super comfortable being comfortable. Either one's uncomfortable. So like the losing, there's again, deep-seated roots in it. And Anil's going to come out here in just a minute and just blow your brain. But when we're talking about losing, in essence, like the real key of a trader of it is we have to experience it more. It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. It's frustrating. It's annoying. No one likes it. No one likes it. But we have to find ways to embrace it. And one way is to just practice losing in things that you aren't, you're okay at. So for example, I mean, if I play a game that I'm really, really bad at, I don't care if I lose, because I'm like, whatever, it's not competitive. Who cares? But if I'm really good at it or decent at it, it does bother me. Even just a small way. So I do that. And when I'm in that moment and I know I'm getting upset, that's when I kind of breathe into it and I go, okay, man, you're upset because you lost. Everything is okay. It's a game that'll pass in time. It's just a memory. It's just a trade. It's just a game. It's just a situation. Don't worry. Don't flip out. This is not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. You have everything. And then I start going right into abundance exercises.
Okay.
And abundance exercises are fun, man. I'll give you one.
Please.
What I would love for you to do next time you lose is right after you lose, I want you to sit down and I want you to think about how many pieces of hair are on your body.
Okay.
I want you to try to count them. Right? I want you to count them, because what it's going to do is it's going to totally get your brain out somewhere else. And you're going to just like your left arm and then your right arm and then your head, right? Just try to think through how many are there. And then after you do that, I want you to think about how many grains of sand there are on the earth. And then I want you to think about how many trees are in just North America. When you do those 3 exercises, what you'll realize very quickly is how insignificant that loss is in the grand scheme of the world, and how small and insignificant that loss is, because your brain will automatically start being in an abundance mindset, because it'll think, it'll feel large, massive numbers. And you'll realize at that point in time, you'll start thinking of how much money's out there in the world. And all you did is contribute to it and recycle it and give your money to someone else who just outplayed you on that particular day. And then it'll pass and then it'll go away and you move on to the next one.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So now I'll let Anil give you what he thinks he's going to do. Anil, how should we handle losses?
Okay, so, you should rejoice. Because it's not a loss, it's a gift. You're giving someone something that they need more than you. It's just it's an equilibrium, my friend.
Never thought of it like that. That's for sure.
Yeah. And there's a few parts to this. One is you're attached to the result. 2, you have an expectation. 3, you're putting a lot of meaning behind this. 4, you like to be right. And maybe you're concerned what other people think of you.
All of those.
Yeah. So what I would recommend for you, write down everything that comes up for you and then say to yourself, is it true? No. Is it true? No. A basketball team, does it win every single match? No. Does it score every single throw? No.
Yeah, totally.
So what does it mean to you to do a losing trade? What's the meaning you put behind it?
Meaning I put behind losing. I feel incompetent.
Okay, is that true?
No.
Did you say incompetent or incontinent? I wasn't sure.
Incompetent.
Okay.
Don't feel incontinent.
Some of you are going to have to Google that word.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it true?
No.
Okay, good. So, when you first started to walk, did you beat yourself up that you didn't get it right first time?
Of course not.
No. Okay, what else did you make it mean?
I'm not disciplined enough.
Okay, good. What else? Sorry, is that true?
No.
No. Okay, what else?
I'm not smart enough.
Well, is it that you're not smart enough, or is it that you're stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, sometimes I think I'm stupid. For sure.
Okay. And where did that come from? School? Your dad? Your mum?
School.
Uncle? Aunt? Yeah. How old were you?
Oh, just a kid.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm getting my MBA now, and I sometimes feel stupid. So, for sure.
Yeah. So you I see you having a PhD in results. You get results.
Yeah, for sure.
How many of you
Yeah.
out there would love to have Spencer's problem? Say yes. Do you see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, we pee in water that other countries would love to drink from. You're
I
taking
pee
this
in the
far
ocean
too.
all the time, so sure. Yeah.
So, you know, it's okay. Don't worry about this stuff. That's what Jeremy's telling you. Don't worry about all that stuff because we're insignificant.
Wow. Yeah, it really changes my perspective.
There you go.
Yeah, man, it's a great one to have, because that's the abundance mindset. The abundance mindset is feeling grateful, right? That's where it comes from. And Anil knows this because Anil trades. I mean, me and him obviously trade, and I know this is called trading psychology. That's what the course is about. But we have to keep in mind that, yeah, losing is frustrating. It's annoying. It sucks, and we don't like it. But then we have to go into that exercise. I have to go into that exercise every time. Honestly, man, at the end of every day, I don't have to do it in the middle of a trade, but at the end of the day, I have to do it. Because when I'm in the trade, I'm just kind of like in the zone. But at the end, if I'm losing, I'm wrong, and I have to go about my day. I really have to do those exercises mentally. Otherwise, I kind of get stressed out. So those are your homework, man. Go do those things, report back to me. Let me know how it helps, if it helps at all, which I'm sure it will. I know it will. And
For sure.
you'll still
Will do.
lose, you'll still have losing trades, but you'll at least feel better about it. And it will not detract from how great you are, and it won't detract from your day, and you'll feel really nice, and you'll be able to sleep better, and you'll wake up happier, and it'll be a really good positive impact on your life.
And
Thank you so
Spencer,
much.
yeah, don't use the word lose. It's a donation.
That's great.
Okay? Because
Yeah,
losing is
absolutely.
painful for you. So use the word, I just gifted someone something.
That's right. Someone needed it more than you, Spence.
Yep. There you go.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
Keep killing it, buddy. I mean, if you just now lost on a trade, you got to be making money. So
Yeah. No,
Keep
I'm
it
up like $7,000 since like a couple months. So
my man,
Fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
Congrats.
proud of you, brother.
Do you
So-
celebrate that?
I paid my rent for the first time trading. So yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
Awesome.
Spencer, do you celebrate that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Celebrate the wins.
Definitely.
Congrats.
Man.
Thank you guys.
My pleasure, dude. You're so welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I just love this, and I'll go ahead and kind of fill you in tomorrow, the 5th class. We're just gonna be doing this the whole time. So if you have someone, yourself, bring it, bring the questions, bring the fears, bring the excitement, bring anything that you want. You might be exactly where you are, and we'll just love on you and say, hey, you're doing phenomenal, high five. Or you might have some small, tiny thing that we can go, hey, this is just our insight. Doesn't mean we're right or wrong. It's just, that's what we think. Either way, I want you all to come back. You have a lot of homework from tonight, your perfect week. Get it to me. Go sign up for Anil Gupta's course and program just so that you can spend more time with his greatness and his mind. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your greatest gift to me, which is your time. I love you all. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. I'll see you later. Bye.
What was your biggest takeaway from this course so far? Share it with us. Send an email to support@reallifetrading.com. I would love to hear all about your journey. I too have taken Svetlana's course, and I will certainly say it's a must attend for anyone who is looking to dream bigger.